I actually don't have a background because this kind of works. The numbers above the bosses. We've been duped. In before it lands on 41, and we're like, we've already done it. Oh, man. It's a late fight. Is it failed champion? Oh, my God. It's actually happening. It's actually happening. Mushroom's dream has come true. Successful champion. It's finally happened. The fight of the ages is upon us. Marsh versus failed champion. Sorry, successful champion. Well, let me explain. There is a bit of history between me and successful champion. When we were doing our Pantheon 5 runs, I had this bad habit of dying to failed champion all the time. Well, okay, not all the time. But there was a setup process in place. It was a lot of pressure because it was in the middle of all the hardest fights of the game. He does double damage to you. It doesn't really matter. But in a Pantheon, you lose like 40 minutes of your life if you die for whatever reason. And it comes out of the fight and the reason why I died a lot to him isn't because he's inherently a hard fight. It's because he's after Markov and Zoe. Two very hard fights, especially in Pantheon 5. Then you get this guy who does double damage that ruins your life. So, you know. And then I found a way to set up, you know, so there was an old trick of fighting him and I'd get enough soul and I'd use him to get soul to fight Nightmare King Grim. I don't have to worry about that as much now, but yeah. I'm curious on... I did throw a lot of runs to this fight in Pantheon 5. It was more of a... I think a lot of it was just... It was in my head as well. Like, you know, when... Your mental is a bit lower in it. So... Yeah, momentum killer. It kind of like... It left me nervous for going into the fight. So, yeah, there's history. So that's why it's dubbed failed or successful champion. It's just carrying on the meme. So thank you for that, Mushroom. Glad you enjoyed that. Yeah, I think this should be right. Here we go. Successful champion. Attuned. Now, one of the pains is when he's backed against the wall, he's a pain to deal with. Okay. Now, there is ways around this. You can just literally gather soul. I'll show you the trick while I'm here, while I'm not in Radiant. Is if you're in Pantheon 5, if you hit the back of this and then hit soul, you can charge yourself to full. And you can also use that as a healing device. This is how I healed after, like, Zoe, a Markov. This was like, so every time we got the pass the first phase done, I'll be like, ladies and gentlemen, we have a run. And then it's just 2 hits. Now, of course, I don't need to preserve soul in this version of the fight, so I can just go crazy and hit him while he's doing that. So, yeah. So that's the process. Anyone who's like me and loses the failed champion in Pantheon 5, just do that strat. Now I'm going to start focusing on doing actual damage to him, and he has a bit more health than that. That's his normal health. That's all his health is from flipping Pantheon 5. Definitely I lost the pressure. Let's do the real one now, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a run. Right, now he has like 600 health apparently. It's a bit different to what we just dealt with. Ow. I used to hate it when he used to up against the wall. I mean, I'm going to try and get this straight to Radiant, so I'm going to heal. The boot smack strat. Exactly. And he will just stay like this permanently until, like, there is a time limit on it, but if you hit him, his armor, it doesn't matter. course, on the Radiant, I won't bother with this. I'll get it for some soul, but there's no point after. He's done. So is it? So in this phase, his armor. So in Radiant, he has more armor health, but his actual body doesn't have as more. It doesn't have more health. So that's an interesting way for Radiant then. So yeah, he has more health on his armor. So I have to play a bit more smart. But it's kind of nice not have to deal with the previous fight and the next fight, because I would always set up my fights getting ready for Nightmare King Grim, going into that full soul for whatever reason. Because I was shrieking, that's a different strat, but Nightmare King Grim's not that bad either. So yeah, this is where I die for the next hour. Do silly mistake. I used to hate it when he used to go into that wall, because he does his attack where he flies across, and I'd always panic. Well, there you go. I died. There we go. GG. That was weird. No! He's basically dead, dude. I didn't expect that attack immediately. I need to know it. I know what he's going to do in that corner every time, and yet I still didn't fall for it. Well, ain't no way. I figured the whole thing out. I know what he's going to do pretty much every time. Or I should know what he's going to do every time. There you go, it's over. There we go. GG. No more successful champion. You are a failed champion. That's right. I don't care. I'm much pain and hide. Don't have to fight this moron ever again. One failed champion out the way. Alright, he's done. There it is. Successful champion. GG's. See you later. No more nightmares. I've overcome my... Don't call me a bully. He's bullied me too many times, alright? I gave him a few wins. I gave him a few wins. Simple. No need to worry about your charms. Normally, if you're in Pantheon, don't worry about this. Just go over long now. And maybe, you know, at that point, yeah, you know, you're fine.